A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And yes, we are back with our NTA UGC Net Paper 1 preparation for 2022 batch, wherein we are live at 9 p.m. Now, this is our MCQ series. As you all know, we have already completed all theory lectures. That is, the link is available, which have been, if you are on the WhatsApp group, the link is forwarded also. And today we are going to start with the unit, we have already started with a new unit, that is People, Development and Environment. We have completed 2 lectures and today's is the 3rd lecture. Now in today's lecture, we are going to take some topics related to Environmental Protection Act 1986, not all the topics. In fact, we have done Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol. We have rest of the topics we have taken for practice today, which will be doing it slowly and gradually. I hope my voice is very clear, everything is clearly audible, and the volume was also proper. Now, yes, you all know that UGC NET 2022, we have started with our paper 1 batches. The new batch is going to be scheduled from 5th of May 2022, wherein we'll be starting with a new unit. Now, what is the benefit of this particular batches? That is, you will be having daily live lectures. Will be having notes on all the topics in the PDF format, and you also have the 10 years question papers. Now, these question papers are also having the solution keys, so that will be attached with the papers. Test series, that is more than 2500 questions. Test series is like your mock test, which will give you a hand-on practice for the topic. You can even get this facility with the help of Global Online app. You can see the icon over here of the app. You can download it with the help of Google Play Store, and the WhatsApp number is given. The price of the course is 3,000 rupees. That is the fees. Now, as I said that every day we have evaluation tests, so some students are still doubtful. When you go on the app, you can see this is UGC paper 1 page, wherein if you click on this content, you can go on the content and see all the units. Okay, these are all the units which I'm taking. So like that you have People, Development and Environment as a unit. When you open the unit, you will be seeing a concept called as the evaluation test, and you have to go with the number. So today it is PED002. So that is the name of the test, and which you can click and you can appear for the test. Okay, yes, good evening Vikrant. Now, as you all know that there is next week, okay, we'll be coming up with the crash course for the topic Research Aptitude. We have already completed the topic of Teaching Aptitude. Teaching Aptitude crash course I have already completed. Now I'll be taking crash course on Research Aptitude, which will be for 90 minutes. And in this particular crash course, we'll try to cover up all the points once again, so that in one go you will have an entire idea about the unit. With reference to the date and time, we will be shortly coming up with what will be the exact date and time, so that you will have all information well in advance. Fine. So now, yes, let's start the session for the day. So as you all know, this particular session has 5 questions. Each question carry 2 marks, so it comes to 5 into 2 is 10 marks for this particular unit. Now let's have a look at the topics. Development and Environment, where we have done MDGs, okay, and where we have done SDGs. We have studied, but still, some students want me to bring with the certain tricks which I'll be coming. And as I told you, sorry, in MDGs, nowadays, please concentrate on targets. There are a lot of questions. In fact, the questions are coming on targets nowadays. So you have to do that very well. And sustainable development goals you have to remember. Sequence wise goals also you have to remember. We are doing questions on this today. Also have 1 or 2 questions on this also. It is very important topic, and it definitely is a part of your question paper. Then human and environment interaction, as well as environmental issues. So these topics are combined, and there is 1 question. Impact of pollutants and natural energy and resources, as well as natural hazards. There is again 1 question based on this, and there are 2 questions which are expected from Environmental Protection Act. So under which you have National Plan, that is National Action Plan on Climate Change. Now whenever this topic started, they used to usually put the questions on total how many plants are there. But now even in this topic, they are taking interior part of questions. International agreements, that is Montreal Protocol, Rio Summit. Today we are going to do Rio Summit. Convention on Biodiversity, we have done this. Kyoto Protocol, we have done. Today we'll again talk about Paris Agreement, International Solar Alliance, I have done. So ideally we will be completing this topic today, okay? But every day, don't worry, till the time I take marathon, 1 or 2 questions I'll keep on adding. So now, yes, there are some important topics which I have brought today with the question answers and with little bit of clarification on certain topics. So just ensure that you're putting your concentration. If you have any doubts related to the question or something else, you are free to put the question. But when I'm teaching some important thing, just concentrate. After that or before that, put it in the chat box. I will get back to you. In case if I skip, again remind me before I end the class. Okay. So yes. Let's start with the first question. Which of the following conferences or summit? So here they have given, both. Either the conference or summit is also known as. It means the second name for that is United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, UNCSD. So which of the conferences from the given below? That is Stockholm conferences, we have Rio de Janeiro conferences, we have Johannesburg summit, or we have Rio Plus 20 conference. Which of the conference is known as United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development? So you have to pick up the right answer, whether option number 1, whether option number 2, or whether option number 3 or 4. I'm just waiting for the students to answer me the question, and then we can accordingly go ahead. Yes, yeah, very good evening, Rafia. Yes, I have started. Okay. I'm just waiting for everyone to come up with the answer so that we can, understand the concept also very well. Okay, only 2 answers I have got. Students are there properly online. No idea about the question. Okay, so we are going to do this topic also. Yes, the right answer is not the Janeiro Conference 1992. It is Rio Plus 20 Conference 2012. Okay, it's not B, it's D. It's not B. Now how? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Now I know this is little bit small and blur, but I have got all the points from here. So I've taken this as image format. Let's have a look over here. Okay. So now if you see, we were talking about Rio 20 conference. Okay. Rio 20 conference. I have this in detail also ahead. Now this is just specifically related to the question. Now see, the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, okay, took place in Rio de Janeiro, that is between 20 to 22nd of June 2012, which is commonly known as, the place was that is Rio, but the conference is commonly known as Rio Plus 20 conference. So the question was about what is the conference known as. So ideally you got your answer here itself, but let's go ahead. It presented an opportunity to redirect and re-energize the political commitment to the 3 dimensions of sustainable development. Now, what were the 3 dimensions? That was economic growth, the social improvement, and the environmental protection. So this was basically for these aspects. The 2 main highlights of Rio 20 were to develop a set of global sustainable development goals and to establish a high-level political forum to ensure that tangible actions, okay, the actions which are seen are taken towards the global, that is sustainable global development. Now, the other points which we had in the option, that is the Stockholm conference, was a conference on international environmental issues. So please, this can be in match the following, this can be a keyword. It is basically for environmental issues, whereas the Rio de Janeiro 1992 conference was on environment and development, okay, in which Agenda 21 was a plan for sustainable development, which was adopted. We are going to see this in detail also. And in Johannesburg summit, goals and targets were identified to implement Agenda 21. That is also called as World Summit. So hence the answer which we have is, if you see the question, If you see the question, what was the question clearly asking you? Which of the following summit is known as United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development? So it is Rio 20 conference, and for rest of them we have an answer. What is this Stockholm conference for? What is Rio de Janeiro conference for? Or what is Johannesburg summit for? So we have got the answer for this. Now we are going to see this Rio conference in detail also in the coming slides. Okay. Now, as I said, today's topics, today's class, no, there are 2-3 important topics. One is Paris Agreement, one is this Rio 20 conference. So if possible, make the hand notes also, okay, wherever you can see. As I said, one question of Millennium and Sustainable Development Goals I'll be adding. Then this question is related to target, okay. Now, under the goal 4 of Millennium Development Goals, the reduction sought to be achieved in under 5, that is age 5, this is under 5, it means age 5, child mortality rate between 1990 to 15 was to the extent of what? Was it to the extent of half? Was it to the extent of 2/3? Was it to the extent of 3/4? And was it to the extent of 1/3? So what is the right answer? I know that I have promised everyone that I will be exclusively taking one lecture on target, which I will put, okay, but till then let us at least have a set of questions. What type of questions are expected with target? So under the goal 4 of MDGs, that is Millennium Development Goal. Now see here they have written goal 4, they have not given the name. The reduction sought to be achieved in under 5 age, that is age 5, child mortality between 1990 to 2015 was how much? Was it half? Was it 2/3? Was it 3/4? Or was it 1/3? Now this is very factual, but students are right with the answer. Yes, the rate was, the extent of rate was, it was 2/3. You have to keep this in mind, okay. Fine. So this is to just show how the target questions are, definitely going to be a part of your question paper. Now coming to, yes, now see, let's have a little bit idea on this Earth Summit or United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So we are going to see this for next 5 to 7 minutes. So I just want everyone to just have a little bit of patience and just listen to what is there now. So we have United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which is also called as Rio Summit, or it is also known as Rio de Janeiro, that is which was conducted in Brazil. Now this was a global conference which was held on 20th anniversary of first international conference on human environment, that is Stockholm, that is 1972. Now the outcomes. Now here are the actual outcomes. So what is, it is also, as I said, it is also known as Earth Summit. Now these are the 3 outcomes. Apart from this, there are more 2 outcomes which we have already done. One is the conventional biological diversity, which we have already done, that is 4th one, okay. Now we have first is Rio Declaration. Now what is this Rio Declaration about? So the environment and development around the world. So it talks about what? It talks about environment and development around the world, that is from since 1992. It is also known as the United Nations Conference on Environment Development. So please try to understand, just write this in your notes, okay. It is also known as Earth Summit. For match the following, you can get this question, which has 27 principles. Major topic is human role in protection of environment. So basically it talks about what? The role of humans in the protection of environment, okay. Now the first was the Rio 10th Summit, or it is also called as Earth Summit 2002, and we have next is Rio 20 or Earth Summit 2012. So please remember, we have Rio 10 and Rio 20. So under 10, it is, it is on sustainable development, that is 2002, which was in South Africa from 26th of August to 4th of September. Fine. The Johannesburg Declaration was the main outcome of this summit. So Rio 10 is formed with the help of United Nations commitment to Agenda 21, along with Millennium Development Goals. Now Rio 10 was a 10-year follow-up program, okay, under United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, the 10th anniversary of 1992 Earth Summit, or you can also call it as United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which was held at Brazil. So this points you have to keep in mind. Now here as such, no, there is no direct question, but for match the following with the years, they can confuse you. So you should be aware of this. Under 20, it was 2012, again called as Earth Summit 2012, which was by United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, also called as Rio or Earth Summit 2012. It was the third international conference on sustainable development, which aimed at reconciling the economic and environmental goals of global community. Now here it was again a 20-year follow-up program since 1992. So see, 1992, after which we had a first follow-up program after 10 years, and after 20 years that is a second follow-up program. So first is Rio 10 and second is Rio 20. So please keep this again in mind for match the following or any type of question it can come, which was basically a World Summit on Sustainable Development, which was held in Johannesburg. So you have to remember this very well. Now, if you saw this, we have already studied over here. So first was the outcome, or the first outcome was Rio de Janeiro. So we saw 2 conferences over there. Now next one was Agenda 21. Now what is this Agenda 21? It is a non-binding United Nations related to sustainable development. So it is one of the outcome of United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which was held in Brazil. So again, outcome. So in assertion or a statement question also you can get this. So you have to be very clear. This is a 350-page document, okay? This is one of the 350-page document which is divided into 40 chapters. Now there is no question on this, so we have to be careful. So Agenda 21 is a document which is of 350 pages, which is divided into 40 chapters, which is grouped into 4 sections, okay? The number 21 refers to the agenda for 21st century. So number 21 signifies was the 21st century, and it aims in achieving global sustainable development. So you can get this Agenda 21 that is with reference to sustainable development, with reference to 21st century, a document with the number of pages, with the number of chapters and the sections. Now, it is a comprehensive blueprint of action to be taken globally, nationally and locally. So here it is actually comma, globally, nationally and locally, by the organizations of United Nations and major groups in every area in which human directly affects the environment. So role of human actually it is talking about. So for implementation of these points, Commission on Sustainable Development was established in the year December 1992. Is it clear? Okay, so this I hope Agenda 21 you should remember from exam point of view what questions are expected. I have just put in this slide very well so that you can remember in simple. Then forest principles. Now this forest principle is again it's one of the outcome of Earth Summit. So it is a non-legally by comment that it makes several recommendations, that is suggestions for conservation and sustainable development for all types of forest, and all nations should take part in greening of the world through planting and conserving forest. Okay, so forest conservation, okay, by afforestation you can say, or ensuring that the greening, taking part in greening the world. So that is the basic principle. Is it clear? Now I hope this is very clear. Again, as I said, there are some students who are a little bit tensed. Some students even messages, how to go ahead with unit. As I said, right now, whatever you're doing, do slowly, gradually, we are going to take double efforts for this unit. So it makes to make sure that the fear factor of this unit gets away and you can, attempt the questions properly. Now, I hope this is very clear. Now we are going ahead with the next question. Now here also, after this question, we are going to see 2 topics. One is the Paris Agreement, okay, and what is the difference between intended national determined contribution and national determined contribution. What is the difference between the word NDC and INDC. So let's understand that also properly, okay, but after this question. Vasanta, I am very well, good, fine. I hope same with you. So now in third question, as per the provisions, that is as per the rules of Paris Agreement, the intended nationally determined contributions are to be reviewed after every year. What is the gap? Is it 15 years, it is 5 years, it is 10 years, or it is 3 years? So what is the number of gap or review years as per the Paris Agreement rule or as per the provision of Paris Agreement? I'll just clear the ink. So anyone still is doubtful about Paris Agreement, or what do you mean by this intended nationally determined goals or national determined goals? We are going to clear this all. Yes, waiting for this question's answer. Provisions of that is as per the rules of Paris Agreement. What is the number of years where it has to be reviewed? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 15 years? Or is it 3 years? So what is the right answer for this? Okay, 5 years, yes. 3 to 5 years, but here, 5 years, like that. You mean to say, correct? Yes. Rafia, it is not B, it is C, that is 5 years. Okay. Now let's little bit have a look at Paris Agreement. Okay. And then what is the difference between intended as well as nationally intended and intended national determined goals? That's all contribution. So let's have a look at this. There are some questions of Paris Agreement in the coming slides. So I just request everyone, to just have a look. Kanak, it's not 10 years, it is 5 years. Okay. Now see, the Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change. Now we have done very well what is treaty, protocol, convention, conference. It was adopted by 196 parties at Conference of Party 21 in Paris on 12th December 2015 and entered into force 4th November 2016. Okay. Now, what exactly it is? So basically, the goal of Paris Agreement is to limit global warming. So Paris Agreement, that is limiting global warming, and to below, that is to bring it to below 2, but preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to the industrial level. So this is the main sentence which you have to remember. I have highlighted something in bold also so that you can remember it very well. Now to achieve this long-term temperature goal, countries aim to reach global peaking of greenhouse gas emissions as soon as possible in order to achieve the climate neutral world. So the Paris Agreement is one of the landmark in the multilateral climate change process because for the first time, a binding agreement brings all the nation together for a common cause, that is efforts to fight or to have efforts to combat climate change and adapt to its effects. So it is basically one of the agreement which has been bringing all the nations to take required steps and make it as ensuring that it is not having worst adverse effect in the coming future. So for that we have Paris Agreement. Now under this we have terms like nationally determined contributions and intended nationally determined contributions. So let us see that also what exactly it means. So when we talk about nationally determined contributions, they are the heart of Paris Agreement and achievement of these long-term goals. Okay. So basically this all depends upon the contributions. Now that is NDCs, that is nationally determined contributions, takes the efforts which is taken by every country to reduce the national emission and adapt to impact of climate change. Paris Agreement requires each party to prepare, to communicate and maintain successive nationally determined contribution that it intends to achieve. So that is the Paris Agreement is the one which ensures that every nation prepares, communicate and maintains the contribution, successively maintains the contribution. And for that, yes, the word, now see this word intended. Till now what we did, the nationally determined goals, and what this nationally determined goals were, contributions, that is contribution by each country with reference to not only the preparation, communication as well as maintaining them. The word intended which was added because it was used because countries were communicating proposed climate actions ahead of Paris Agreement, before the Paris Agreement was been finalized. So however, countries formally joined the Paris Agreement and look forward to take this implementation for the climate actions. And the intended is dropped and as it is converted to nationally determined contribution. It means now finally it will be prepared, it will be communicated, and it will be implemented. So I hope this remains very, very clear in your mind. So this conversion happens when a country submits its respective instrument. Now instrument here, it means the agreement or the contract of ratification, accession, as well as approval to join the Paris Agreement. Okay, and once it is joined, once the legal process gets over, they are called as the nationally determined contribution. Okay, is it clear for this? Yes, Mr. Khan, the slides will come to you, no problem. But you know that when the unit gets complete, I provide the slides. That is not an issue. But before you read the slides, I hope you have understood what I'm trying to teach you. Because I didn't go till this depth in any of the earlier cycle. So I just wanted you to understand what intended means and what nationally determined contribution means. And I hope it is very clear. If anyone wants me, I will just summarize it properly. Okay, I'll just summarize it once again. So Paris Agreement is basically for limiting the global warming, and the level is actually below 2 but preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius. And this is an agreement which has brought all the nations together to take the efforts to combat to ensure that the climate change is adapted. Okay, now for that, many countries made their personal contribution, but before the Paris Agreement. Okay, so it was, they intended, that was their, intention to go for that particular limit. But once Paris Agreement was finalized, they had to officially entered into a agreement. That is, here they have used the word instrument. Now we have even done the process of ratification. Ratification, it means legal process, that how much each country will contribute for, for the reduction. And when the formal process was ready, when it was submitted, so they have dropped the word intended, and this is the final thing, like from India. So India, what is India's nationally determined contribution? So the India do not have to use the word intended. Now it is what they have decided, that is as per the agreement. That's, I hope it is very clear. Okay, so overall, as per from India point of view, so let's see the intended nationally determined contribution were what. So it was basically, as I said, to undertake, the global agreement. Now they are reviewed. So here you have the answer. They are reviewed after every 5 years. This intended contribution was done, by the government of India on 2nd October, that is on the account of Gandhi Jayanti. And it was to improve, the emission intensity, that is 33 to 35% by 2030. Non-fossil fuels based electricity, that is 40% by 2030. Forest cover, that is 2.5 of carbon dioxide by 2030, and installed 175 gigawatts of solar, wind and biomass electricity by 2022. Okay, now this this actually has little bit of change. I was just going through, but it is there's this little bit of changes are there. Just now, before the lecture I saw that, but certain points needs to be added, so which I'll bring it once again. But right now this question was there on this particular review of number of years, so this I brought this specifically side. The slides little needs update, which I will give it, don't worry. Okay, before I distribute the notes. Fine. Yeah, Deepa, I have read your comment on the channel also. But I am actually packed with everything, so I won't give you a false promise, but I will try my level best if I get time to come up with MCQs also. So don't worry, let's see and let's hope for the best. I'm just concentrating on all the topics right now of paper 1 to make it more simple for the students. Okay, and definitely we'll come to management also. MCQs, I'll let you know how it is going to happen, because I have yet to complete 2 units, I guess. Okay, fine. So now let us come back to now the next question. We have took a lot of time, but I hope the doubts related to agreement and the word intended and national is cleared now. Fine. 4th question. Which of the following was not issued to be addressed under Millennium Development Goal? Now here I purposely brought this question it's Millennium Development Goals, there are number of goals are very less. So which among them is not a issue which is addressed under Millennium Development Goals? Either it is child morality or environmental sustainability or human rights or primary education. So what exactly it is? Yes, Rafi, I know that many of them are left with this unit. So that's what I'm trying my level best to make it perfect. And I will do it, don't worry. I will ensure that in 10 days time, with again some lectures, I will ensure that it is very helpful for all the students. I'll do that and come as quick as possible. Yes. Lakshman, seeing you after a long time. Yes, which of the following was not an issue which is addressed under Millennium Development Goal? It is human rights. So for this, you have to remember very well what are the goals. Millennium Development Goals are very less in number as compared to Sustainable Development Goals. Such questions you should not make any mistake, because these questions, are the marks are in your pocket. So you should not make any silly mistakes for such type of easy questions. Okay. Now, human rights, that is the right answer. Now, yes, again a target question. Under Millennium Development Goal 5, okay, the maternal mortality ratio between 1990 to 2015. The first question was on child mortality, okay, and now it is maternal. It is to be reduced by what? 50%, 75%, 66% or 40%. So what is, it is reduction? No, Lakshman, no need to sorry. You may be having certain commitments. So it's absolutely fine. Yes. So what are the target for mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, that is percentage wise. Again, this is very factual. So you have to know the exact numbers, without which your guessing may help you one or twice, but not every time. Okay. I think this answer. Okay, Lakshman, all the best for your submission. Do it well. B, C, 50, all are coming. So is it guessing going on? Okay, A, B, C, D, all answers are came. So actually the rate, the target for this bit of reduction is option number B, that is 75%. It's option number B, that is 75%. The target questions, these questions are very factual, so ensure that you are making a list of it and preparing. I will give you the shortcut also for all the targets, don't worry. Okay, now yes, so let us start with a new topic, that is national missions, which is a part of your Environmental Protection Act. So how many national mission of Indian government are there to address the problem of climate change? Now this is very easy question and it has came in paper, but still I meant to say I picked up just at least to make you aware that totally how many national missions of climate change are there. So whether it is 6, whether it is 8, whether it is 12 or whether it is 17. Yes, Shelly, I can understand the number of students present in the class and the rate of answers which I am getting is very slow. So I need to do something. I just give me some time, because I also need to prepare in easiest way. So make it easy for you. So I'll do one thing. See, I actually I will not, just for namesake, I will not do marathon for this unit. I will come back with this unit for everyone, those who are present in the class and those who are our regular students. Many of them have a fear of this. Everyone's answer is right, because this question is very easy. Yes, there are 8 national missions of climate change, but certain topics I think needs a proper understanding. So don't worry. We may take 20 days for this, not an issue, but because I will make sure, even I have the fear right now for you people, so I can understand your status. So just give me some time. I will come back with easiest lecture. I will start from base for this unit only, but do not miss the lecture. Even if you are a little bit busy, you can just keep a watch on the channel and do not forget to watch my lectures for this unit. I'll ensure you that 70 to 80% of the unit I'll make easier for you. Okay. Yes. Now let's have a look at this national action on climate change. Now there is one more question in the next coming slides from this, so be careful. Okay. So basically there are 8 missions. So you should know this 8 missions. See, till now there were questions only on the numbers. Okay, you have to understand the missions, because they can give you the missions and they can tell you to find the odd man out. So National Solar Mission. Now, okay, if trick you want, trick also I will come up with this, because this was easy, so I didn't come up with any trick, but I'll do that. So solar mission, you have mission for energy efficiency, you have mission on sustainable habitat, you have water mission, you have Himalayan ecosystem, mission on Himalayan ecosystem sustaining, Green India, sustainable agriculture. Please remember, now sustainable word has came thrice. So that is, one is with the habitat, one is with the ecosystem, and one is with the agriculture. And then next is strategic knowledge for climate change. So these are the goals. Okay, now again, like MDGs, in this particular topic they are going little bit interior part for the questions, like, you know, they're like how many ecosystems are there, or how many states, or what type of ecosystems are available. So all these questions are based, you know, interior part of the questions. So that there also we have to little put, you know, limelight. So the Government of India has launched National Action Plan on Climate Change, which was on 30th of June 2008. The outlining 8 national missions on climate change are as below. The objective was to promote understanding of climate change. Now see, this is also one important statement. Climate change understanding, adapting the change, mitigation, it means coming up with the strategies to fight with the change, energy efficiency, and natural resource conservation. So this was the main objective. Prime Minister Council on Climate Change is the one who is in charge for this National Action Plan. So they are the one to keep a tap on all this. And these are the basically all the missions, you can say, on climate change. Now, when we talk about next question. Now I have immediately not kept a question on this. There is second, third question in the coming slides. Okay. Now let's see this next question. Now this is easiest question. I have taught this in the first lecture itself. So can you tell me what number of goals are there, what number of targets are there, and what number of indicators? Now by seeing the goals, you know this question is basically, you know, SDG. It is based on SDG. So here it is goals. Okay. I'm not reading out. You can just, because all the numbers are there confusing, so you can just read out and tell me the right answer from this. Till the time I'll just see the messages. Research aptitude crash course has not happened yet, Shreya. Research aptitude crash course is pending. It is going to be in the next week. And Vikrant, examination notification, see, we do not have any internal person working in both of this, but it was expected to come by 3rd or last week of April, but almost both the weeks have been crossed. So there is something related to date which may go little ahead, maybe month of July, not June. Okay, so let's wait and watch, because even we do not have an exact notification about exactly the date, so we have to wait for it, for the notification. Yes, 17 goals, 169 targets. And what about indicators? So it is 17 goals, 169 targets, and 304 indicators. Okay, so this again, this can be a question, so be careful. The same thing I've written in the slide, but it's okay, like I have changed the slide. So it talks about 17 goals, it talks about 169 targets, and it talks about 304 indicators. So just keep this in mind very well. Okay, fine. Again, this is very factual question which you have to remember. Then okay, now this answer you should give me very well. Formulation of long-term low emission development strategy by each country was suggested under which? What it is suggested under Paris Agreement? Is it suggested under Montreal Protocol? Is it suggested under International Solar Alliance? Or is it suggested under Kyoto Protocol? So how much, what it is suggested under? This is very easy. We have read the question very carefully and then answer me. I'm just waiting for this question so that I get right answers for this. There is no answer at all. SDG indicators, no, actually I was searching that, but it is showing 30. I mean to say the indicators increase, no, there is no perfect link for that. So I didn't, that question. If you want, I'll just check again and I'll get properly. 2-3 places I seen, but it was not showing the indicators, increased indicators. Once again, I will just have a look at it and I'll talk. I'll give you the details. Okay. Yes. I have missed some. Okay. Fine. Formulation of long-term low emission development strategies. As I said, it is with the help of not Kyoto Protocol. Why Kyoto Protocol has came? It is Paris Agreement. See, what is the question? Formulation of long-term low emission development. We have just done Paris Agreement. The strategies by which country were by each country were suggested under the Paris Agreement, not by any of them. We have done all of them now. We will just ensure that that's the reason I have added one part in the Paris Agreement which was related to this question. So basically it is Paris Agreement. Okay, I will first confirm about this indicators and then only I'll come to it. Okay, once let me go through it, because I didn't get any particular fine. Yes, now yesterday we have done Kyoto Protocol, so there is one question, and yes, there was there are 2 periods. I have brought that particular slide for you people. First period and second commitment period, that also we'll read. So from the given following list, greenhouse gases which are adopted in the Kyoto Protocol. So these are the list of gases. Okay, that is carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons and sulfur hexafluoride. So which of them are adopted in Kyoto Protocol? So that is the 2 periods, first commitment and second commitment period. So we will see those commitment periods also today. Okay, I'm just waiting for answers. Yes, in Paris Agreement, that both the sentence I have added. Okay, option number A, vanilla, we have started getting answer for question number 9. Fine. Yes. So basically, I think this answer is little difficult, I guess. Okay. All the gases comes. It is all the gases. So identify the greenhouse gases which are adopted in Kyoto Protocols. It is all. That is from carbon, methane. Then we have nitrous, hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, as well as sulfur hexafluoride. Now here we have this. Okay, we are talking about Kyoto Protocol, with there are 2 commitment periods. Okay, the first commitment, that is 2008 to 2012. And the second commitment period. Now in second commitment period, in some books you can also find that is 2012 to 2020. That is also right. Okay, ideally it started immediately after the first commitment period, but some books they have given 12 to 20 or 13 to 20, both is right, not an issue. Okay, now we are talking about what? We are talking about the commitment of 6 main greenhouse gases, and these are the 6 main greenhouse gases, and based on this the question was made. Okay, so please remember, there can be question, there is no question yet on the commitment periods, and the gases question is there, but only once it has been seen, so you have to be careful with that. Okay, fine. Now yes, there is one more question on Paris Agreement. I hope you do it very well, because we have done this in the paragraph when we read about Paris Agreement. What is the aim of Paris Agreement? So Paris Agreement talks about to reduce the chlorofluorocarbons emission, to strengthen the global response to the threat of climate change, to address biological diversity, or to address the problem of ozone depletion. So now you have read everything. You should be able to come up with the right option for this answer. Once again, I am repeating, what is the central aim or objective of the Paris Agreement? So what is the objective of Paris Agreement from the given below list? Okay, whether it is the chlorofluorocarbon emission, whether it is to fight or to strengthen the fight against climate change, to address the biological diversity, or to address the problem of ozone layer depletion. Very good. Yes, these are simple things, no? Very good. Till now, no student went wrong. Yes, so it was to strengthen the response to the threat of climate change. So basically, it was global climate change, means to ensure that it is fighting for what it is fighting to reduce the global climate change and adapting it. Okay. So just see now, maybe like for example, now Paris Agreement. In today's class, you must have not understood everything. It will take time, but at least 1 or 2 points are very clear. So based on that, whenever you're reading, try to add treasure to your, keep on adding the points very well, which you can remember properly. Fine. Yes. Now Rio conference, as I told, there is one more question on Rio conference. This also you will do little properly. Just concentrate and read. The Rio 20 conference often is mentioned in the news as what? So in fact, the another name. So they have just given the question in twisted form. What is another name? So is it United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development? Is it the Ministerial Meeting of World Trade Organization? Is it the Conference of Intergovernment Panel? Or is it the Conference of Member Countries of Convention on Biological War? So basically, what is the another name for Rio 20 conference? What do you mean by Rio 20 conference? Okay. Lakshman, read. Okay, Lakshman, you were not there in the starting. I have taken a complete class for this right now, just before the lecture started. During so that time I have added this very well. Okay. Yes. So we have done at the start itself, the word was Rio 20 conference is nothing, but it is also called as the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. Okay, please remember this small things, is very, very important. See, what I'll tell you, one thing I'll just tell you, I'll come to it that end, or if you want, I'll tell you now only, just give me 1 minute. See, I can promise you 126, no? Okay. Just give me 1 minute. What I'm trying to tell you is just in short, in case you are a little bit more serious for this unit, no? I've just brought the syllabus slide. See, I will definitely ensure you that where you have to work, and from my end also what efforts I'll take for you people, that is this development and environmental point where we are talking about MDG and SDG. There is a definite question out of this. Okay. Environmental Protection Act, this is also to be made very perfect, including Conference of Parties. There are some Conference of Parties question also. This also, no doubt there will be definite question on this. Okay. Then relate to, like, see, there are 3 questions, 2 to 3 questions you can expect from the first and the last point itself. Okay. 2 to 3 questions. 2 though will definitely will be there. Now the remaining part which I am talking about, environmental issue, impact of pollutants, energy, and the disasters. Now here, they are getting lot of chances to put the questions in the form of or with the current affair. So we will do it. I'm not saying I will not do it. We will do it. But there is little dilemma, what type of question comes. So that's the reason I will put my full efforts in the first and last point to ensure that, this anyway, you are not losing the 3 questions from this unit. So that is what, because in this also there are a lot things to study. So that is how, I will make my lectures now, and I will come, and I will not conduct a marathon for this immediately. I will make sure the topics are very perfect with you, and then I will conduct the marathon. Don't worry, if you want, I'll conduct 2 marathons, but let us make the topic first perfect and then go to marathon. Okay. Now, yes. Question number 12, we have done this right now. So let's see whether you remember which of the following is not one of the mission of National Action Plan on Climate Change. Okay. So which is the mission which is not one among them? So whether it is water mission, whether it is energy efficiency, I read out all the missions for you. So you should remember that which is not among them. Green India mission or solid waste management. You should be able to answer this correctly. I'll read it again. Which of the following is not the mission, under National Action Plan on Climate Change? which of them, whether it is water mission, whether it is energy efficiency, whether it is green India, or whether it is solid waste management. Very good, great, excellent. So at least little bit things, yes. So water mission is there, energy efficiency also we saw, green India we saw, and it is, solid waste management is not a part of your national action plan on climate change. Very good. Okay. Then, who is in charge of national action plan on climate change? This was also there in the slide. Who is in charge? Whether it is Ministry of Environment, whether it is Ministry of Earth Science, whether it is Prime Minister's Council on Climate Change, or all above. Now see, again, this question also proves you that if you read the theory part bit, okay, you can answer this question. Otherwise, action plan on climate change. So we can even answer environment. I mean to say, here you can just do the guessing, which can again put you into -2. So a little bit of theory, how it is really going to help you. This is the proof over here. Yes. Who is in charge? It was there in the slide just now also. Who is in charge of National Action Plan on Climate Change? Okay, there is a answer came, Neelam. It was there in the slide. I have told that there is a question on this, so read the slide carefully. It is not Ministry of Environment. It is Prime Minister's Council on Climate Change. They are the in charge of a National Action Plan on Climate Change. It was there in the slide very well. Okay, be careful. Fine. Yes. Coming to question number 14. Now see, here I have brought one question. Now see, this question is on National Action Plan on Climate Change. But see what they have asked you. How many states are covered under National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem? So how many states are covered? Whether it is 12, whether it's 15, whether it's 18, whether it's 22. How many states are covered under this? So this, as now I said, in National Action Plan on Climate Change, how little bit of interior part of questions they are bringing. So one example is this. There are how many states which are covered under National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem? Okay. Okay, just waiting for all options are coming. D, A, B and C is remaining. So others also give, guessing is going on, I think. No lifelines you have over here. Okay, no KBC will be played over here. So it is a very factual. So there are number of states which comes under this particular mission is 12 states. Okay. In my theory class, in an earlier cycle also, I have mentioned the 12 states also. It is a total number of states are 12. Please remember this very well. We will work on the remembering the factual knowledge, but till then, at least some questions you have to be careful. Okay. Now, Ozone Day is observed on what? So day is also year is also very important. But one of them I have included today in today's class. Ozone Day is observed as was. Everyone must be aware of this. Jan 30th, April 29th, September 16th or Jan 25th. So what is the answer over here? Which of the day is observed as Ozone Day? Okay. In Montreal Protocol also there was one statement. We have added the day for this. There also in that slide it is learned. Okay, yes, very good. Yes, question number 15th, option number C, that is September 16th is the day which is observed as Ozone Day. Okay. So yes, now this, see, there are more questions with, now there are 3 questions which I have updated on the app. So you can go, I have told you very properly, when you go to the app, ensure that you are going to the app with I have shown a proper demo today in the start class, because some students said that they are not getting it. So you have to go to the topic, you have to enter the content, enter into content with the topic, and today's test number is PDE 002. So People, Development and Environment 002. You can find 3 questions are uploaded. try to attempt that questions. Those questions I will take in the marathon, I will add in the marathon, but still on your regular basis, keep adding, keep doing MCQs. Now there are some questions which are left out of this topic, that is Environment Protection Act, which I'll complete tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be taking again the remaining questions and we'll try to cover up more for this topic. Is it clear? So that's all for the day. 3 questions are there on the app. You can go and check it out and you can ensure that you are attempting it. And tomorrow we are going to continue with this Protection Act. So tomorrow, like revision I will put, or whatever questions are extra, some extra questions are still there, I will put it in the tomorrow's class. So it will be little bit perfect. Any particular topic, I will take the theory of that also. Is it clear? Okay. So thank you everyone. See you tomorrow sharp at 9 p.m. We will continue part 2 of Environmental Protection Act. Sorry, yes, students keep on giving the marks. Yesterday I logged out and I saw later the messages, but do not miss this habit. Whatever it is a score, keep on putting. Okay, thank you everyone and see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. sharp. Okay, thank you.